Okay, so the first thing I want to say with all variable overhead questions that you ever get is that treat it exactly like you would labor. It's exactly the same principle because variable overheads are dependent or move with the same activity as labor does. So just exactly the same thing. There's literally no difference. Let's jump in. So it tells you here that you have these workers who have done 12,000 hours. Their company variable overhead is £5 per hour. That's fine. So drawing our chart, what we have here is that they produced 2,000 units. So that's the point um, here. They produced two, and that's what's relevant, right? 2,000 units. That's what's relevant. And they did 12,000 hours. I'll write the 12,000 here. And they did this at £5 an hour. That's their five. So that's what actually happened. Now it says during this time they made these 2,000 units. Now the standard number of hours allowed per unit is £5, 5 hours per unit. So you're meant to spend 5 hours. That's the standard on a unit. So if you make 2,000 units, right? I'm sure you'll agree that is equivalent of 10,000 hours. So you should have spent 10,000 hours. So I can see my efficiency variance straight away. But it also tells me that my budgeted overhead rate is £5.50. So as far as my efficiency is concerned, this is my efficiency, of course, here, the difference here, which is the 2,000 hours at £5.50, right? Because, and this is, of course, adverse. You spent too much here. And so 2,000 hours. So actually, well, you know what? Let me just do this in order. So it says, first of all, what's the standard cost of variable overheads for actual production? So you expect to use 5 hours to make each unit. You expect to pay £5.50 for each of those hours. So therefore, for 2,000 units, you are looking at 5 times £5.50 times 2,000, which is equal to 55,000. So you are looking at spending 55,000. That's the plan. But you actually spend 5 times 12. I'll just change my pen color for that as well. Blue. And so 5 hours times 12. £5 an hour times 12,000 hours, and that's 60,000. All right. So let's use a black pen here. Right. So if in terms of efficiency, that's your efficiency, like we've calculated 2,000 times £5.50. It is adverse. Times 2,000, and you have 11,000. It is adverse, so you have an adverse variance of 11,000. That's what's going on over here, isn't it? But in terms of pricing, you do have a different sort of a saving. You've saved 50p on all the 12,000 hours you bought in. So you've saved 50p on all the 12,000 hours that you have brought in, and that is £6,000 favorable, isn't it? So you have a favorable £6,000 um, um, variance, which gives you a net adverse variance of 5,000, which is why we have 60,000. So this naturally fits it all. Everything works. Cool, great stuff. I suspect I might be doing the next question because they all seem slightly different. But if it's not, I'll skip to the next one and just move on to the one that's sort of different in its appearance. All right.